Hey, so as mentioned on the previous slide, there are a few things that you need to do before you connect Xero to your Vico account. So the first is add in the advisor option so that you can view the cost of goods sold journals and post them so that they apply to your profit and loss sheet. So if I head into Xero, and you can see here there's no button to click to view the advisor section. So if I click into settings, general settings, and head to users. So if I click into the user that I want to give the permission to and just change it from standard to advisor and hit the save button, we should see the advisor tab there. So if I click into that, I can see the manual journals and all of the cost of goods sold, all the journals we've raised for cost of goods sold for the invoices that I've already pushed across to my Xero account. The second thing you need to do is add a stock on hand account. So this is essentially the account that will show the overall value of all the stock that should be sat in the warehouse. So when you get new stock raised via a purchase order, we'll add to that, and it will be decreased when stock it goes out of the door as well. So if I head to settings and chart of accounts, so I already have a stock on hand account set up here. And to add that, I simply clicked add account. An account type, it is current asset. Give it a unique code, so I've called mine 712. If you try and enter a code that is already taken, it will tell you. So 712 is not available. So you give it a name, stock on hand. You can give it a description and set the default tax settings for this account, along with some other settings there, and hit save. And that will give you your stock on hand account. So again, if I just scroll down, you can see my stock on hand account here. Now, as we said, when you send purchase orders and sales invoices through from Vico to Xero, it's going to adjust the stock on hand value, the overall value. But when clients first sign up, obviously they're going to already have a warehouse full of stock, so they need to set the starting balance. So what is the value of the stock they currently hold? So to set this, if they've already used Xero in the past, this should be quite correct anyway. But if they're new to Xero, to set the starting balance, again, it's settings, general settings, and if you click on conversion balances, and if I scroll down to my stock on hand account, you can just amend that figure here, and that will be the starting point of the overall stock value for when they start sending data through from Vico to Xero. So again, you just hit the save button and that will save that information. So if we just head back to the chart of accounts again by going to settings and chart of accounts, so there will be a lot of accounts in somebody's Xero account. So we can see here we've got the sales, which is where we'll push the sales invoices to, the bank accounts, cost of goods sold, etc., etc. And so when you come to connect Xero to Vico, we will pull through all of the relevant chart of accounts ready to set the preferences, but we'll go into this in a video a little bit further down the line. Now I just want to give you a little overview of something that can be done in Xero that clients may ask about, but we don't actually support this. So if I head to hover over accounts, so this is where you would see your sales, your purchase orders, and there's a section here called inventory. So if I just click into that. So in Xero, in the same way you can add products to Vico and give them a name, a code, a cost price, a sales price, and record the inventory, you can do the same in Xero. But as I said, we don't do this, so I'm just mentioning this in case people ask, how do you send inventory to Xero? Simple answer is we don't. We pretty much just send through monetary figures. So how much you sold something for, how much it cost you to sell that item, overall value for items that you've raised via a purchase order, and so on. We do not create any actual products or send any inventory figures through to Vico, through to Xero, sorry. So if I just click into a product, Again, you can see there various information on the product that you can create in Xero. It's called a line item, but we don't do that at all. Now if I head to the sales section, again from here, if they didn't have VCO to do this, just to show you how manual it would be, they would have to click new invoice. You can search for an existing contact or raise a new one, due date, invoice number, etc. This is where you would select a product that you already have. But as I said, we don't do that. So essentially, when we raise an invoice in Xero, whatever the product title is in VCO, we'll just copy paste this into the description field so that somebody can click on an invoice in Xero, see what was sold, but there's no way of tracking or doing any reporting because again, it is purely just standard text that we put here. So if you go away and sign up to Xero and just do the above steps, just so you get a feel for what's required to actually get Xero in a state where you can connect it to VCO, and head back for the next video.